issue with advanced technique usually in massage, that the level of anatomy and physiology, especially the nervous system that we teach, is, let's say, basic to intermediate. And some of the advanced technique relies on needing to know the nervous system in a better way, how the nervous system works. Yeah? So in order to teach you certain technique, I need to go back a little bit about the anatomy, but it's going to be quick. Okay? So let's say this is the brain, yeah? And here the brain has a nerve, yes, and then nerve attached to the muscle. Okay? Now this muscle is in spasm, or let's say is very tight. So that means that the brain sends more signal to that muscle. Now, we want to relax that muscle, right? So we can do hold, we can do nice effleurage, we can even do compression or petrissage, yeah? And all may work, but we want to add one more tool to our toolbox to be able to help that muscle more. Okay? And that technique can be called positional release, in which you're looking for a position for the muscle to be released, to be reducing tension. Yeah? Positional release, or it also called sometimes strain, counter strain. So when the muscle is in strain, you're looking at how to counter the strain in the muscle. And I'm not sure that sometimes I understand the difference between those, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just take a technique and you learn for yourself what you need to do. Okay? So positional release. What you look, or strain counter strain, what you're trying to do is to take that muscle and put it into a relaxed position. Yeah? So let's say if the muscle is very tight this way, and you help that muscle to get into a relaxed position this way, can it potentially reduce the tension from the brain?
Yes.
It can, yeah. And what even more, when you're massaging the muscle when it's relaxed, or this position called laxity, L-A-X, yeah? So if this position is, if the muscle is relaxed, then you can do a lot more, even putting the muscle into compression and stretching, compression and stretching. Does it remind you of what we called this? We call it a specific effect. Start with a P. No? It's an effect, it's not a technique.
Oh, yes.
No?
No.
It's not on the board.
It may be. It is on the board. No, it's not. I didn't write it. It's called the pumping effect of blood circulation. Yeah, when you're compressing, stretching, or pressing and releasing, pressing and releasing. So that's the whole thing. But now you're looking more at the nerves of the coming to the muscle. So again, if there is a tight area in here, there is any band here. Yeah. So think there is now tight area in the muscle. Yeah. And you're trying sometimes to stretch it strongly to untie it. But actually, it will be sometimes a lot easier to relax that muscle, yeah, and then to untie it, rather than to stretch it. Yeah? So, when you're relaxing, the muscle is a lot more easy to give. And the nerve to the muscle would slow down the tension. So then at the end, you would be able to stretch it more. So when it comes to tight muscle, don't only think about stretching, but think also about the opposite of positional release. Put the muscle in a release position and then work on that. And then work on that in a different position. Yeah? And then work on that in a different position. So all the time, change it. And you actually, in a way, also teaching the brain about possibilities of working in a different way. So you're working on the upper trapezius, for example. So you position the muscle into release position, and then you work. And then you're moving it to a little bit backward. And then you're moving it a little bit forward. And then maybe you're lifting the hand and then working on that. So you're trying to encourage the body to work in different ways. There is no right way and wrong way. And there is a lot of listening that happens between you and the body and that muscle. So shall we take an example?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Let's now